Recording in progress.
Welcome. During this event, please pay attention to the following safety induction protocols. Make sure your seating position feels comfortable and does not have potential to cause spinal problems. Adjust the lighting of your computer or smartphone screen so that your eyes are comfortable. Make sure the stove, lamp, air conditioner and other electrical equipment are in the safe condition and do not have potential to cause a fire. Make sure you know the emergency response procedure when there is an emergency such as fire and earthquake. In the event of an earthquake, please stay calm and observe your surroundings. Avoid walls and windows. Immediately take cover under a table, a chair, or sturdy construction to protect your head and body until the earthquake completely stops. If fire occurs, extinguish it immediately with available fire extinguisher. But if it is not possible, please immediately evacuate and contact the fire department. In every emergency situation, you must remain calm and always be alert. Immediately get out of the room or building by following the evacuation sign and gather at the available gathering point. Please don't carry heavy loads and take off your high-heeled shoes. By knowing safety induction early, we can avoid accidents. Have a fruitful discussion. Thank you.
In 1745 universities across 105 countries have recognized that sustainability is not an aspiration, it is a responsibility. UI GreenMetric exists to measure it, benchmark it, and advance it. Established in 2010, UI GreenMetric is the world's leading university sustainability ranking. We assess institutions across 7 indicators, each weighted to reflect real-world sustainability impact, providing your institution with actionable data, not just a score.
GreenMetric has evolved into a massive global ecosystem. Through the Sustainable University Rankings, we unite thousands of institutions worldwide. But it is your dedication, research, and campus initiatives that truly drive change. I invite your institutions to step forward and join our growing global family. Together we are shaping a resilient, sustainable future.
Joining UI GreenMetric means more than submitting data. Our team provides dedicated guidance through the assessment process, helps institutions identify gaps in their sustainability performance, and offers benchmarking insights drawn from over a decade of global data. We work with you, not just for a ranking, but for lasting institutional impact. Our global network connects sustainability leaders through high-level workshops and national forums, creating spaces where evidence, policy, and practice converge. Top-performing institutions are recognized at our international and national awards ceremonies, events that carry real weight in the global academic community and signal to stakeholders, funders, and prospective students that your institution leads on sustainability. UI GreenMetric amplifies your institution's sustainability milestones through Green News, our dedicated media platform. And through Green Reads, we contribute peer-reviewed research to global academia, including publications through Springer, ensuring that the work happening on your campus reaches scholars and policymakers worldwide. Join 1745 institutions already measuring, improving, and leading. UI GreenMetric, advancing sustainability for Earth. Introducing the reimagined UI GreenMetric, a cleaner, sharper, and more intuitive experience built for the global sustainability community. Stay updated with our green news. Get the latest insights on UI GreenMetric movements, inspiring collaborations, and ongoing sustainability dialogues from around the world. More than a ranking platform, UI GreenMetric is now a dedicated medium for building networks, a space where universities, researchers, and sustainability leaders come together to exchange ideas and create lasting impact. Explore our solutions page to discover services tailored for your goals, ranging from comprehensive university and city or regency packages to collaborative strategy event hosting. Ready to take the next step? Reach out to us through the Contact Us page to explore potential collaborations. Discover the Sustainability Hub and join the movement shaping a sustainable future. Visit uigreenmetric.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the 2026 UI GreenMetric Regional Information Session for the Americas, covering both North America and Latin America. We are delighted to have you join us today wherever you are tuning in from across the region. This session is part of our ongoing mission to engage institutions across the America in advancing sustainability in higher education. My name is Anin Kumala, and I will be your Master of Ceremony in the session. Today, we will share the latest updates for the questionnaire and upcoming events of the UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Rankings, including the introduction of the new category, governance and digitalization for the 2026 metric measurements. In this session, you will also have the opportunity to meet and engage in discussion with our team of experts. We will also highlight important strategies to support your university in improving its performance in the UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Rankings 2026. It is my great honor to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Abelia Anggiwardani SHUM MA, Vice Chairperson of UI GreenMetric, who will be delivering the opening remarks and main presentation on behalf of our chairperson today. And then Dr. Rahmi SHUM MSc, who will be assisting us during the Q&A session, the assessors and management team of UI GreenMetric, as well as rectors, vice rectors, deans, and campus sustainability teams from North America and Latin America. We are truly delighted to have you with us today. This session will be divided into 3 parts. First, we will begin with the opening remarks and main presentation on the 2026 UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Rankings, indicators, and the data submission process. Secondly, we will play a short video introducing UI GreenMetric's services and global reach. Finally, we will have a Q&A session. If you would like to ask a question, feel free to submit it through the Q&A feature in the Zoom meeting. We would like to inform you that our chairperson, Dr. Vishnu Juono, is unable to join us today due to other commitments. On his behalf, we are honored to have Dr. Abelia Anggiwardani, Vice Chairperson of UI GreenMetric, delivering both the opening remarks and the main presentation for today's session. Allow me to briefly introduce Dr. Abelia. Dr. Abelia has served as Vice Chairperson of UI GreenMetric since August 2025. She is also a lecturer and researcher at the Faculty of Humanities, Universitas Indonesia. She earned her PhD in Cultural Studies from Tilburg University in the Netherlands, following earlier degrees in Cultural Diversity Management and French Literature. Her research focuses on community formation, everyday life under conflict, and informal economies in post-conflict societies, with particular attention to the Myanmar border region. Beyond academia, Dr. Abelia is actively engaged in peace-building and intercultural initiatives. And throughout her academic career, she has been awarded more than 10 prestigious international scholarships. Today, Dr. Abelia will share with us the key updates on UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Rankings 2026, how universities can align their initiatives with global goals, including the Sustainable Development Goals, and practical strategies to strengthen your campus's sustainability profile. Dr. Abelia, we warmly invite you to begin. The screen and time are yours.
Thank you so much, Anin. I think my connection is stable enough. Can you hear me, my voice clearly?
Clearly, Dr. Abel.
Okay, thank you. So I will do both. I will give the opening remarks and also I will continue right away with my presentation. On behalf of Dr. Wisnu Juwono, our chairperson, who is unable to join us, unfortunately, today. So it is my pleasure to welcome you in this information session. The second time we had it before, I think a month or 2 months ago for universities in the Americas. My name is Abelia Anggiwardani, and I'm Vice Chairperson of UI GreenMetric, and we are delighted to have you with us today. Universities in Americas play a vital role in shaping global higher education with strong contributions to research, innovation, and sustainability. And at the same time, we are no longer operating in a stable world with climate change and resource challenges have become economic and systemic risks. So this has redefined the role of universities for sure. So today, universities must go beyond being centers of knowledge. They must become drivers of transformation by shaping sustainable systems and societies. So this is why and where UI Green Metric comes in. Established in 2010 by Universitas Indonesia, UI GreenMetric is a global sustainability ranking and benchmarking platform with over 1,700 universities across over 100 countries joining our network, participate in our ranking system, and this also reflects a growing global movement. So, UI GreenMetric assesses universities through a comprehensive framework, including infrastructure, energy, waste, water, transportation, education, and governance. And more importantly, it provides a platform for collaboration. So let me conclude. The universities that will define the 21st century will not be remembered only for their rankings, but for their contribution to solving the most pressing challenge of our time, sustainability, and that responsibility is shared by all of us here today. So thank you so much. And now we'll move to my presentation. I think someone will help me with the screen sharing. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So thank you. So I will be delivering this presentation, UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking. Let's move to the second slide, please. Yes. So for some of you, maybe, or most of you who is not familiar with UI GreenMetric, it is a global university ranking initiated by Universitas Indonesia to measure sustainability performance. Unlike traditional rankings such as QS and THE, which you probably have heard more, which they focus on research and reputation mostly. UI GreenMetric evaluates how universities manage infrastructure, environment, and education to support sustainability. So our goal is to raise awareness, encourage improvement, promote data transparency, and inspire universities to become role models in sustainable development. Next. Next, yeah. So why becoming a role model in sustainable development is important? We have our vision, which is to become an open and respected global university ranking system with a meaningful impact on sustainability. And we have 4 missions, which is organizing annual rankings, promoting sustainable practices, providing sustainability-related services, and fostering international partnerships. So through these efforts, we support the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and we try to contribute in addressing global environmental challenges. Next. So there is some significant change in our 2026 methodology. This year, the Sustainable University rankings are assessed based on 7 main criteria with the following distribution. The first is setting and infrastructure with 11%, energy and climate change 20%, water 11%, waste 17%, education 13%, transportation 17%, and the latest indicator that we just introduced this year is governance and digitalization with 11%. Next. Okay, so this is the overview of the indicator descriptions, which is very important, especially for some of you who are not familiar with UI GreenMetric indicators. So next one, and the changes that we introduced in 2026. So in the 2026 reform instrument summary, the most significant change is the increase in categories from 6 to 7. So in the past, at least 2025, for example, we only had 6 indicators, and this year we have 7 with the introduction of the new indicator, governance and digitalization, while the total score remains at 10,000. And the point distribution per criteria has also changed. The 2026 form will also require more supporting data for university profile and the partnerships section. Next one. So, for example, this table shows a comparison of weightings between 2025 and 2026. There was a decrease in points across some key indicators compared to the previous year. These points were transferred to the new governance and digitalization criteria through strengthened digital governance and transparency. The next one. So we move to the first indicator, the setting and infrastructure. The percentage was adjusted from 15% to 11%, and the primary focus remains on the ratio of open space, campus vegetation, and inclusive facilities for people with disabilities, special needs, and pregnant women. And the next one, and other sub indicators, you can see it on the slide. The second one is the energy and climate change criteria, which now carries a 20% weighting. We remain committed to prioritizing energy efficient equipment, implementing smart building technologies, and increasing the use of renewable energy on campus. Next one. And then moving to the waste criteria, in this year, our focus remains on the effectiveness of the 3R program, reduce, reuse, recycle, and how the university minimizes paper and plastic use. We also assess the extent to which organic, inorganic, and toxic waste, or B3, is managed responsibly within the campus area. Next one. So the next criteria is water. The assessment weighting is set at 11%. The assessment focuses on the extent of water absorption areas, conservation programs, and the use of water-saving equipment on campus. Next one. The transportation criteria, the assessments focus on reducing private vehicle use, providing shuttle services, and ensuring the availability of zero-emission vehicles and pedestrian paths. The criteria will place greater emphasis on concrete, on-the-ground actions to reduce emissions, especially on campus area. Next. So this criteria, I think it's very important for universities related to the education and research criteria. Now more precisely assess academic output, And then the key indicators include the ratio of sustainability themed courses, scientific publications, and the number of student led startups focusing on sustainability or green initiatives. We've also begun monitoring the percentage of graduates employed in green jobs. And it should also be noted that this criteria purely assess academic and service aspects. And this one, our latest criteria, governance and digitalization. Here, we assess management commitment through the percentage of the sustainability budget, the availability of transparent financial reports, and the role of management units. The use of cutting-edge technologies, for example, artificial intelligence or AI and Internet of Things, IoT, is also a new assessment point, as are issues of equality through the ratio of female leaders and anti-corruption systems. This criteria is new home for all website reporting and ICT indicators that were previously spread across various other categories. Next. So in this section, in the next session, I will present insights on the data development of the UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Rankings, including participation and progress in America. By 2025, a total of 1,745 universities from 105 countries participated in the UI GreenMetric ranking. This is a significant increase from the previous year, in 2024, which had 1,477 universities. Next. While Asia represented our largest participant base with 1,061 universities, we also maintain a strong presence in Europe and also Latin America. Next one. So distinguished participants, here's the visualization of the distribution of UI GreenMetric 2025 participants for the America region. A total of 225 universities in America participated, with Brazil ranking first with 60 participants, followed by Colombia with 58, and Mexico with 32 universities. Next. So what drives these universities to get involved in UI GreenMetric? So UI GreenMetric provides a structured, data-driven assessment tool to help universities measure their sustainability performance. And this assessment promotes transparency, supports continuous improvement, and allows universities to compare their achievements against global standards and peer institutions, both within their own country, regionally, or globally. Next. And furthermore, by participating in UI GreenMetric, universities boost their global visibility and institutional reputation. And by showing leadership in sustainability, universities gain international recognition through rankings, publications, and global forums. As seen, for example, here, maybe can back a little bit. Yeah, here these three posters. The first one is from one of the events in one of the universities in Indonesia, in East Java, Erlangga University, and the one in the center is from University of Groningen in the Netherlands. And these events strengthen the university's visibility, credibility, and helps attract partnerships, students, and funding opportunities. Next. So beyond visibility, participating universities also gain access to a strong global network with at least 1,700 universities around the globe to support collaboration, peer learning in sustainability. These connections are actively built through major international events such as the International Leaders Sustainability Meeting in Abu Dhabi, International Workshop on UI GreenMetric 2025 in Nice, France, an international workshop on UI GreenMetric 2024 in Colombia in collaboration with several leading universities. And recently, Dr. Wisnu and I and Ms. Sabrina also just came back from Tajikistan from a rector summit, which gathered at least 55 countries, a university from 55 countries. So it was such a important event in the Central Asia, as well as one of the examples of how this network still very visible to this point. Next one. Okay, so yeah, UI GreenMetric encourages university to integrate the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) into their core mission. As you can see on the slide, we have integrated different SDG goals into our indicators, and one of the indicators that has the most the largest number of SDGs is education and research, with 30 points being included. Next. So I would like to highlight here that UI GreenMetric is more than just a ranking. It is a strategic roadmap for institutional transformation. So our framework guides you through 4 critical pillars, which are strategic planning, infrastructure, waste management, for example, and education. So working together to turn data-driven insights into real-world environmental impact. Next one. So how to submit the data. Here I will explain about the data submission process. Next. So we have changed the period of the data submission significantly from June to October last year and starting this year, we will start the submission process in February, and then we will close the submission on 30th of June 2026. So the data validation period will be conducted from July to August 2026, and the ranking results will be announced in September 2026 this year. This year, in our review process, what distinguishes us from other rankings in terms of quality control is that we have reviewers reviewing the submissions. They are university professors, and then starting this year on, the reviewers are not only from the University of Indonesia but also from outside University of Indonesia. Next. And also, we are very excited to unveil our newly designed website, which offers a more intuitive and user-friendly experience. And now you can access all our latest data, rankings, and even updates at our official address, uigreenmetric.com, previously uigreenmetric.com ui.ac.id, and this platform is designed to better support our global community in our shared mission, for sure. Next one. So participation in our ranking system is entirely free of charge, and the data collection is conducted exclusively online. And for universities that have previously participated in the UI GreenMetric ranking, the username and password remain unchanged. However, if your university is new to UI GreenMetric ranking, you can register your university via our new website, uigreenmetric.com/register/university, or send us an email at support@uigreenmetric.com. Next. So here is a glimpse of the questionnaire on our website. The questionnaire layout remains largely unchanged. However, also please allow me to give a brief overview for our new participants. The following shows the online questionnaire in the profile section. So you will be required to fill out all these questions or these sections before you can move to the next section. Next one. And you can also view the online questionnaire for each criteria. Here you could see the criteria, first criteria, setting infrastructure, and then energy and climate change, waste, water, transportation, research and education and research, governance and digitalization. So each tab each tab has all the sub indicators for each indicator. So you can select the tab and you can read and fill out the sub indicators. Next one. You can also view the online questionnaire for each criteria. For the 2026 questionnaire, universities may choose to upload their evidence in the form of PDF, or you could also provide link that will lead to the documents that you could provide to us. And this is a template, if you could go back again to the previous slide. So this is a template for submitting evidence. So we provide this template to help you to show the evidence from your universities, and also please refer to our guidelines to help you understand how properly complete the evidence document. And our guidelines is in 6 different languages, the UN official language, so you can choose which language you prefer. And next one. So here is a display of the questionnaire when you submit your data. Yes, you will be asked to select before you submit it. I mean, click this button. Yes, next. So in this questionnaire, we also display a pop-up message regarding your consent to submit your data. So I think in many of the Q&A sessions, many universities ask the same question about the submission of their data. So when you give consent in submitting your data, we will retain the data for 3 years. So even if you don't submit data in the coming year, we will use the data from the previous year until it is the data will be like 3 years old. So in the 3-year period. Next. So how are university scores calculated? Each indicator has a maximum score. For example, this 200 point, the ratio of open space area to total area, 200 point, with a weight of 0.25, your automatic score is 50 points. And if you choose the second option, which is 0.5, 25, then your automatic score is 50 points. So therefore, because this is a self assessment, therefore it is crucial to choose the option that most accurately reflects the actual conditions and the evidence that you provide based on the situation on your campus. Next. Okay, so this is also how your data will be calculated. I think that, okay, next one. Yes, same. Okay, this is a tie breaking, right? Okay, so What if two universities have the same total score? We implement a tie-breaking protocol. The energy and climate change, or the EC criteria score, will be prioritized first. If the score remains the same, the waste criteria score will be considered, followed by the transportation criteria score. And if the three categories still produce identical scores, the assessment sequence will continue to education and research, infrastructure, water, and finally, we will assess the score for governance and digitalizations categories. Next one. Okay, on the next slides, I will explain about our service package information to you. And yes, please. Next. Okay. So our service covers 6 sections, including consulting, ranking trackers, 3 ratings, comprehensive audit to evaluate your university's achievements um, in sustainability indicators. And we also provide events as unique opportunities to explore the latest trends and network with key members of the higher education and sustainability ecosystem. And then we also provide global branding, which will enhance your university's visibility on UI GreenMetric's website and on our platform, social media, and such as YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And also we provide SDGs report assistance, which this report will showcase your university's efforts and achievements in SDGs, in achieving SDG goals. Next one. So to access these services, we offer 3 different packages: silver, gold, and platinum. The difference is the number of the consultation. So the silver package includes 1 online consultation. The gold package includes 2 consultations, and the platinum package offers 3 consultations and an additional TRIS rating for you, TRIS rating certificate. And we are confident that this service can help your university to improve your sustainability program, especially if you are new to ranking system, not just the UI GreenMetric, but other ranking system that is available in the world, such as QS or THE impact ranking, for example. And next one. And we also have an SDG report service package. This package includes comprehensive guidance for data collection and the preparation of an SDG report book, which aligned with international standards. So for information about our service package prices and how to join, please feel free to contact us. Next one. So there are 5 main benefits for university to take our package. So the first one, of course, is to jointly support our initiatives and our activities around the world, such as this event or the events that I have already mentioned previously. And then the second is to showcase your university's best practices in implementing sustainability. The third one is to promote your university to more than 1,700 universities from more than 100 countries. And the fourth one is to gain in-depth insights into university performance, because we provide also fake file analysis. And then with package, you will get a deeper analysis on your performance. And the last one is to support the implementing partnership for the goals, which is this SDGs number 17. Next. So our services have had a significant impact on many universities. Several universities have improved their sustainability scores by joining our program. And additionally, certain universities have maintained their top positions for over 3 years, for example. And We also focus on using real data to help universities take action. We also help build a green community on campus. And with our support, universities can turn their plans into meaningful change. Next. So for all of you here, you can confirm your attendance to receive your official e-certificate by scanning on this QR code. We will send also the link on the chat box. And here are some important links to our methodology, questionnaire, service package information that you can access on our website. Okay. Yes. So thank you so much for your attention. We are very happy and we are open to any questions. And if you would like to discuss more about how to join the ranking and how to make or discuss further partnership with us and collaboration opportunities, please feel free to contact us through this email address, partnership@uigreenmetric.com, or for the ranking support, you can email us to support@uigreenmetric.com. Thank you very much. Good morning for all of you there, and good evening here in Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Abelia, for such a rich, comprehensive, and engaging presentation. I'm sure our participants from across the Americas have gained valuable perspectives today, from the key updates on the 2026 rankings to the practical strategies that can help their institutions grow stronger in their sustainability journey. Before we begin the Q&A session, we would like to play a short video introducing UI GreenMetric's services and global reach. While the video is playing, we invite you to prepare your questions through the Q&A feature. We will address them immediately after the video concludes. Okay, thank you so much for the video, and thank you so much for the questions you have submitted. We truly appreciate your engagement and participation today. Before we begin, a few quick notes. For everyone who asked about the material and recording, the presentation slides will be shared with you. So please make sure to fill out the form provided in the chat feature. The session recording will be also uploaded to our official YouTube channel shortly after the event. Due time limitations, we may only be able to address approximately the first 10 questions during the session. However, please don't worry. If your question is not covered today, you are very welcome to send it to our email address shared in the Zoom chat. And our team will be happy to follow up with you personally. Thank you for your understanding. For the Q&A, I will read each question aloud, and Dr. Abelia and Dr. Rahmi will assist in responding. With that, let's begin with our first question. From the anonymous attendee, good morning from the Caribbean. I have two questions. First, can we utilize the academic year from August 1st, 2024 to July 2025 for the reporting period? This aligns better to our internal process. Dr. Rahmi or Dr. Abel, would you like to address this?
Okay, let me answer the questions. Thank you very much for the questions. For the reporting period, we strongly recommend using the calendar year. For example, January 2025 to December 2025, because it is clearer, more consistent, and easier to compare across participating universities. However, if you have the different calendar, I think you need to you may use only if it's reflect your university's official data cycle. If you use it, please make sure that the same period applied for all indicators, all relevant category and indicators, and clearly explain the period in your evidence. So for comparability, January to December 2025 will be better options. I hope this answers your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. Let's move on to our next question. We have here also from the anonymous attendee regarding items 7.15 to 7.17 on institutional leaders and deputy leaders. No definition is offered on the scope of leaders. Can we use both academic and administrative leadership for our data and evidence? Dr. Rahmi?
Okay, thank you for your questions. Regarding 7.15 until 7.17, yes, you can include both academic and administrative leadership as long as they formally recognize in your university structure as institutional leaders or deputy leaders. For example, this may include the rector or the president, vice rectors, deans, vice deans, head of study programs, directors, head of offices, and head of university level units. And the most important point is consistency. So you can use the same scope when reporting the total number of leaders and deputy leaders, and when reporting the number of female leaders and deputy leaders. So please also make the scope clear in your evidence so reviewers can understand which positions are included. I hope that answer your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. That's very helpful. Let's move on to the next question from the anonymous attendee. I'm sorry, I didn't fully understand the concept of data score. Could you please explain it in a clearer or more practical way? Perhaps Dr. Rahmi or Dr. Abel can help answer this.
Oh, wait a minute. So data score, right? So yes, thank you for your questions. In a simple terms, the data score means that the points given to your answer based on the data that you submit for each indicators. So for example, if an indicator asks about the percentage of energy efficient appliances on campus, your university should select the options that match your actual percentage. A university with more energy efficient appliances will usually receive a higher score for that indicator. Let me give you another example. For example, the waste management. So if a university only has a basic waste program, the score may be lower, but if the university has clear programs for triple R, reducing, reusing, and recycling, and treating different types of waste supported by the evidence, the score also may be higher. And for another example, for example, governance and digitalizations. If a university has a sustainability website or sustainability reports, dedicated a sustainability unit, and clear policies or system that can support your sustainability, and those data can contribute to the score that in that category, in the governance and digitalizations category. So I give you 3 examples for the waste management and also for energy efficiency building and governance and digitalization. So the data score is not only about saying that the program exists, it is about showing how strong, how much the impact, how complete, and how measurable the implementations is. So the evidence helps reviewers confirms that the selected answer matches the real situations at your university. I hope this answers your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. That's wonderful. Our next question comes from Connor Elliott Nax. Is there any integration or overlap with the ASHI STARS reporting system?
Okay, so I think it's already explained by Dr. Abelia in the second slide. So there is no direct integrations with the ASHI STARS reporting system. So universities still need to submit their data through the UI GreenMetric online system. However, there is some conceptual overlap because UI GreenMetric was developed with awareness of several sustainability assessment framework, including IRAC, STARS, and also another ranking system. So if your university already prepares data for STARS, some of that information may be useful as supporting material for UI GreenMetric, especially for areas such as energy, waste, and transportations. So the important point is that you need to make sure the evidence is adjusted to the UI GreenMetric indicator and scoring requirement, because 2 systems are not exactly the same. Yeah, I hope this answers your questions, Dr. Kona.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. Let's move on to our next question from Hahir Calvo. What methodology does the ranking recommend for calculating full-time equivalent staff and students? Dr. Rahmi?
Okay, thank you for your questions, Dr. Zahir, if I'm not mistaken for the spelling. UI GreenMetric doesn't prescribe one single global formula for calculating FTE, full-time employee, because university may follow different national or institutional systems. So for the students, you should report the number of regular active students, both for full-time and part-time, based on the university's effective full-time student calculations. For the short-term students, such as exchange students, continuing education students, or short course students, it should not be included. And for the staff, you should report the total number of effective full-time academic and administrative staff using a clear reference data or reporting period. So the most important thing is to use your university's official methods consistently and explain the method briefly in the evidence and make sure the numbers can be verified. I hope this answers your questions, Dr. Zahir.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rahmi. For the next question is from the anonymous attendee. The methodology does not allow for a correction process in case of doubts in the scoring or of some of the variables. Is that true?
Interesting questions. Thank you for the questions. At the moment, the scoring is based on the data and evidence submitted through the online system during the submissions period. So there is no separate correction stage described after scoring. That is why it is very important to check the answer carefully before final submissions. If there is any doubt, we strongly recommend that the university provide clear evidence, explain the calculations methods, or include supporting notes. For example, if your report percentage for renewable energy, waste volume, or campus area, please show how the number was calculated, and what document supported. I hope this answer your questions. Yes, from anonymous attendee.
Wonderful, Dr. Rahmi. Here we have two related questions actually about the reporting period. One participant is asking what the official reporting time frame is, from what date to what date should universities prepare their report, and another participant is asking what happens if they are only able to report up to January 2026 or just the previous year, 2025. Dr. Rahmi, could you clarify the reporting period for us, like the reporting period for the submission and also the reporting time frame? Thank you very much.
Sure, thank you. For the 2026 submissions, the best and clearest options is to report January 2025 until December 2025. If your data goes up to January 2026, please make sure it still represents a clear 12-month reporting period. For example, from May 2025 to May 2026, and that the same period is used consistently across the relevant indicators. So reporting only 2025 is perfectly fine. And in fact, January to December 2025 is the preferred and easiest period to verify. I hope that answers your questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rahmi. Our next question comes from Connor Elliott Nags. Is there an auditing process to check the validity of scores? If so, can you explain that in more detail about the audit process?
Sure. Thank you very much for the questions. Actually, all of the questions can be answered if you read the guideline in our website, because it translated to several languages, for example, Spanish, English, Mandarin, or Chinese, or Arabic. So you can look up at the guideline. But for the clarity about the auditing or score validity, the score are checked through a review process by our assessors. Until now, it consists of around 50 or 100 assessors, and the evidence is used to verify whether the submitted answers are clear, consistent, and supported by documents or data. So, for example, if a university report a certain percentage of renewable energy, waste management, or open space, the reviewers needs to see the supporting evidence, such as calculations, reports, maps, or photos, or any official documents. So the validity of the score depends heavily on whether the evidence support the answer selected in the system. So I hope this answer your questions. And yes, for the another info stations, if you ask us about are we using artificial intelligence or not? No, the review process is 100% by the assessors, which is our expert staff and the professors in the universities. I hope that answers your questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rahmi. Our next question is about language and documentation requirements. The participant is asking, must all supporting evidence be uploaded only in English? What considerations should be taken regarding the language and periods of application? And also maybe we can also combine with the next question about what criteria will be taken into account to evaluate it regarding the evidence.
What criteria? Okay. I answer the questions about the language first. So the evidence doesn't have to be originally in English. You may upload official document in your national language. However, the explanations or description should be written in English. And if the document is not in English, please provide the English translations for the relevant parts. And for the period, please use 1 full year of data. For 2026 submissions, I said that multiple times. The clearest options is from January 2025 to December 2025. But if you have the data from 2026, you can use a 12-month cycle, for example, from May 2025 to May 2026. And please make sure the period is clearly stated and used consistently across the relevant category and indicators. I hope that answers your questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rahmi. That's wonderful. For the reminder of the span of the period is either 1 year or 12 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Talking from Brazil, from Arnaldo Prado. Could you please clarify the conceptual and methodological differences between indicator 7.18, anti-corruption and integrity system of the university, and 7.19, whistleblowing and complaint system of the university? In particular, we would like to understand how each item should be evidenced and whether there is any overlap or complementary between them in the institutional evaluation, considering that at our institution, we use the same system to register reports of both types. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions, Dr. Arnaldo. Yes, there can be an overlap, but the focus in here is different. For example, 7.18 is about the broader anti-corruption and integrity system. And this may include policies, regulations, integrity unit, prevention programs, training, monitoring, and evaluations. And for indicator 7.19 is more specifically reporting mechanism, about the reporting mechanism, such as the whistleblowing channels, complaint procedures, official platforms, or any system for submitting reports, including the complaints about the complaints related to sexual harassment, for example. So if your institutions uses the same system for both 7.18 to 7.19, that is acceptable. However, in your evidence, please clearly explain how the system support both purposes. So for example, you can show that the platform receive integrity related reports, corruptions related reports, or any general complaints, and then explain the procedure, responsible units, follow-up process, and evaluations mechanism. So I hope this answers your questions, Dr. Arnaldo.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. Our next question comes with a very kind note from the participant who writes, first of all, thank you for this meeting, which is a great support. What recommendation would you give to university that are just going to participate in the UI GreenMetric, taking into account the observations you may have identified with other universities? Particularly for the first-time participants joining us today. Dr. Rahmi, over to you.
Okay, I think this is the last questions, hopefully. So thank you very much for your questions. For universities participating for the first time, we are really excited to welcome you. And the main recommendations is to start with the good internal coordinations. You can appoint one main contact person, but involve the relevant units such as the facilities, finance, academic affairs, research, student affairs, IT, and sustainability office. And second, do not focus only on getting a high score. use the questionnaire as the self-assessment tool to understand your current strength and gaps. You can get our questionnaire in our website, our new website. So you can use those tools for self-assessment. Third, please prepare the evidence carefully. You can read our guideline. Give good evidence that the good evidence should be clear, complete, and measurable. So, for example, if you report an open space, include a campus map and area calculations. And if you report sustainability events, include a list of events, dates, photos, or any related links. And if you report energy or waste data or any indicators that related to the governance and digitalizations, you can include numbers, calculations methods, and supporting documents. So for the first-time participants, we welcome you. And the best strategy is to coordinate early, collect evidence systematically, explain your data clearly, and use the process for the roadmap for improvement. I hope this answers your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. It seems like it was our last question for today, but I see one of our participants, Christina Naranjo, mentioned the registration link through the Q&A box. Our team will reshare it in the chat right now. So please check again in a moment. Thank you. And as for the team, could we please reshare the registration link in the chat? Thank you very much. And for that, thank you once again to all of our participants, especially to our speakers, Dr. Abelia Anggiwardani and Dr. Rahmi for assisting with the Q&A session today. I think that's a wrap for our Q&A session. But just a quick reminder, the data submission for the UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Rankings 2026 is currently open and will remain open from 26 February to 30 June 2026. For institutions participating for the first time, please feel free to contact us. Should you have any questions or require further information, you may send your email according to the following categories. For questionnaire, technical support, data submission, and related inquiries, should you please contact us through support@uigreenmetric.com. As for visits, collaborations, services, partnerships, and external affairs, you may contact us through our email partnership@uigreenmetric.com. Using the appropriate contact address will greatly assist us in providing a prompt and accurate response. You can also visit our website through uigreenmetric.com. And for universities seeking to further improve their performance, we also offer the UI GreenMetric Consultation Package, a tailored support service designed to help campuses implement practical sustainability strategies based on our 7 criteria. We warmly invite your institution to join the service and collaborate with our experts. Before we conclude, please scan the QR code displayed on your screen now to, first of all, confirm your attendance. And also, you may also stay connected with us through our official social media channels, accessible via the QR code provided. And also, you'll be able to claim the material for today's PDF through the QR code provided. We hope today's session has inspired your universities to move forward in building a greener, smarter, and more responsible campus. Until next time, and see you in the rankings, everybody. Good morning, everyone, and good evening to people here in Indonesia. Thank you for participating in today's